The misguided and forgotten tremendous value and benefits of the martial arts and the system of Bruce Lee's JEET KUNE DO. So you will see that JKD is not just a workout or another martial arts for kids. It's a life-transcending, totally mind, body, spirit, life enhancement martial arts that will take you to becoming superhuman, into new worlds, new adventures, and new discoveries. Hi, my name is Master Mike Sanchez, creator and founder of the new JKD MATRIX WORKOUT, which has the very concepts and principles and teachings of Master Bruce Lee. I will attempt to clear the misunderstanding of martial arts value and benefits to our society, or long forgotten. The Master Bruce Lee may strike one's imagination as the most incredible action man of the 21st century our world could have ever discovered. He defined a brief moment in time, a bygone era, which everyone was interested in Kung Fu. As today we have so-called MMA, known as mixed martial arts or martial arts cardio workout, or those gym cardio workouts that have the elements of the mixed martial arts. Packaged from a glossy TV commercial or pretty glossy colored direct mail packages, people think they're getting the very best, or those pretty gym workouts. I would say this, you'll get some benefits from those average workouts, maybe lose weight, trim up, and get that body looking for it, but you will not become superhuman or reach your highest authentic self, your true gift of talent. And why be concerned with your talents or develop your true talent? Because your whole life, your whole livelihood depends on it. Depends on the success of your talents, your gifts inside your soul. Let me explain more. If you go for those workouts, you'll be doing what Bruce Lee called air doesn't hit back. In other words, I would tell you this, an average workout can't tap you into your super gift God has for you waiting. If you want to really get the best workout in the world, or that ultimate superhuman powers of the black belt, you can truly only get that through a black belt master with both the traditional and modern experience. What people fail to realize is the father of MMA is Bruce Lee. He was the one that invented the mixed martial arts workout and one of its kind martial art called JEET KUNE DO. Many people have attempted to copy, create something like it, like JEET KUNE DO, but they fail to have this. JKD is the most advanced, speed, effective, real deadly hand and feet killing art to highly strategic self-defense art for street or for war. And on top of the icing cake, it is a complete superhuman lose weight, trim up body building martial arts of its kind. Now to prove this, it is the most highly considered. In the U.S. Armed Forces, one of the arts that's taught civilization has ever experienced in the 21st century of time. Yes, he is the great hero that accelerated our entire culture. His intensified screen martial arts action and acting talent marked our land across every period of time and still today. He gave us that image of journey, fantasy, wonder, and that feeling we can be super incredible too, that we all desire. He was the ultimate rays of creation power that God indeed gave him. They say when he performed, he was so fast, he was faster than light, able to go across the room, do one finger push-up, and has a rare super power that can kick a man 20 yards of the football field. What is the status and its significance of the representations that are Bruce Lee? Bruce Lee is that cinematic, fictional, filmic, and representational aspect of heroes of all times. A legend sketched in time, in every dimension and forever. He is that fantastic superhuman, mythological hero in relation between us and heaven, of what we can become if we choose to participate and learn the martial arts. Many people of his time that saw him and got a chance to experience and had an encounter with him, his fantastic figure and the power he displayed. In their accounts of the first time they saw Bruce Lee, they say he was by far more powerful than any of his films could ever catch him. Of course, any great truly hero teacher will always be more impressive than paper, news, books, videos, or any film. And in this is what people lose the opportunity to experience heroes. The very beings they need in their lives to impress them to change. To prove it, that he was real, there is a particular real testimonial by Davis Miller, and he says, when filming Enter the Dragon, the house lights dimmed, flickered, went out, the red Warner Brothers logo flashed, and there he stood. There was a silence around him. The air crackled as the camera moved towards him, and he grew in the center of the screen, luminous. This man, my man, the dragon. 1 minute into the movie, Bruce threw his first punch. With it, a powder came rolling up from Lee's belly, affecting itself in blistering waves, not only upon his on-screen presence, but on the camera audience. A wind blew through me, my hands shook, I quivered like electricity from my head to toe, and then Bruce Lee launched the first real kick I had ever seen. My jaw fell open in awe. This man could fly, not like Superman, but better. His hands and feet flew whistling through the sky. Yes, better. This wasn't simply a movie, a shadow box fantasy. There was a seed of reality in Lee's every movement. Yet the experience of watching him felt just like a dream. He says, Bruce Lee was unlike anyone I or any of us had seen. Indeed, such a fantastic figure is Bruce Lee that, in a passionate reflection of his life and significance, Miller proposes that Bruce Lee has a face as faceless as God. To Miller's mind, Lee possesses the ultimate ethnic, unqualified fame. We all around the world, in every corner, from Australia to Africa, you name it. Lee is indeed the image of martial arts. His image is one that's still most common on the cover of martial arts publications around the world, but in a way that totally exceeds martial arts. His ambitions, reputation as the 20th century god of martial arts, and in the 21st century as well. No one has beaten his record of achievements. And to prove of his incredible ability, listen to what David Miller also says about Bruce Lee in his presence. In Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee moved fluidly. Was he fast? Even faster than Ali. So explosively quick that the paths of his hand strikes were invisible. You could see techniques begin and end, nothing in the middle. It hardly seemed possible, yet here he was, right in front of us, on a shiny Hollywood screen. Fist flying, feet soaring, punching and kicking bad guys from all angles, punches and kicks, and much more. Lee's limbs moved in such a marvelous, precise fashion that when he was facing the camera, his blow seemed to slice the screen into sections. In addition, he was the only genuinely lethal man I have ever seen, other than Lee, Ali. Women are sometimes lethal. I believe men almost never. Lee used hands and feet and knees and elbows and shoulders, heads, good great God, his entire body. And he did so with just about grace and balance. Even more amazing, when he was standing still, something inside him vibrated, something continued to move, says Miller. No doubt Bruce Lee demonstrated the science and body taking its highest form, and violence, no matter how outrageous, is always strangely purifying. Bruce Lee was unlike anyone I or any of us have seen. Is the key reason he became as faceless as God. Bruce Lee's sidekick, not only does every sidekick henceforth bear the marks of Lee, and not only has Lee left an incredible mark on every sidekick around the world, arguably the best sidekick since 1973. Bruce Lee's death, there were fewer than 500 martial arts schools in the world. By the late 1990s, because of his influence, there were more than 20 million martial arts students in the United States alone. So as well as the fact that there isn't a martial artist on the planet who hasn't been influenced by Bruce Lee, it is perhaps even more significant to know the extent in which it is hard to overstate how visible the martial arts disciplines have become because of Lee. If he had not existed, few of us would have never heard martial arts or kung fu. According to Miller, in a most immediate, straightforward sense, it is possible to observe that in addition to being name, face, and action symbol, metaphorically of the martial arts, the sense events Bruce Lee referred to and has defined marked notions of fantasies about inspirations for the practice of the body through and through, according to Miller. Bruce Lee is by far the body culture icon of what it is to achieve not only the best looking body, but the most powerful body you can ever see, move, and have. He served to foreshadow and be a force barrier of the hyper-fitness body culture of his icon. In addition to Lee's considerable legacy of introducing more Western and Asian cultures philosophy than anyone else in the history, he served to foreshadow this icon fitness world. Before Lee, none of us had ever seen anyone with his figure, his incredible muscle tone sculpture. Most of us had questions in our mind like, how can anyone look like that? I wondered, watching Enter the Dragon in 1999, studying photography of him on my desk. It still seems almost impossible to me, yet this authentic first encounter with Bruce Lee has since become not only desirable, but in regards as 21st century new evolutionary goal among both men and women today, says Miller. We just can't miss the significance, ramification of the